Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. If there is one question that I get all the time from clients who are thinking about moving to the area, it's, well, where would you live? And the answer to that is, well, unfortunately, I love where I live already. I mean, there is like one little thing that kind of annoys me, but I'm planning on doing a video on that later. But I'm not really complaining. For the most part, I absolutely love where I live. However, if I had to pick a new neighborhood to live in, and if that had to be a new construction neighborhood, this would be the video to watch, because in this video, I'm gonna break down my 5 favorite new construction neighborhoods right now. Oh geez, should I just do this in order or just, Okay, let's jump into it. First on the list, Countryside. Now, Countryside kind of has a few things going against it, if I'm being completely honest, but then again, if it didn't, it would probably be a little higher up on my list. Countryside is located on the southeast side of town, right off of Murphy Road. Now, it might not look like it, but this development's actually going to be huge. Currently, everything is on the north side of Murphy Road, but there is a massive chunk of land to the south of Murphy Road as well that will also eventually be, part of this neighborhood. Yep, all that's gonna be houses. I don't recall the exact number of houses, but I think 800 homes is what comes to mind total. Now, this will likely take quite a while to fully build out. I mean, it's been going for a couple of years, but I suspect it would probably take about a decade or more to actually get through all of them. Here's what I like about the community: the builders. Countryside features a collection of different builders, not just one builder doing the whole neighborhood. This is a collection of some of the best local builders. In fact, they're the kinds of names that one might typically find in some of those other high-end West Side neighborhoods, like Northwest Crossing and Discovery West. Builders such as Curtis Homes, Stonebridge, Woodhill, and Palmer Homes. This yields a neighborhood with architectural diversity. Every home is different, unique, and typically of a higher quality than you would normally find on the East Side. It's also really close to 2 important amenities: parks and schools. Jewell Elementary School is practically adjacent, and then Alpenglow, Ben's newest 37-acre master plan park, is just around which is like a quarter mile away, something like that. But what it does lack are other amenities. Now, it's not far to trek back to Highway 97 or 3rd Street, which is the main economic hub, but on the south side, there aren't many shopping or dining options, particularly dining options. It seems like in every other kind of quadrant of town, you can pretty easily get to a handful of really good restaurants or like a brewery or a brew pub, and I don't really see that here. Oh, and also, maybe breaking news here, we're gonna have to confirm, but the southern side of this neighborhood of Countryside, like I said, the southern side that they haven't started developing yet, may actually be developed under a different name instead of Countryside. Constellation Crest, it looks like here, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, next up, let's stay on the southeast side of town and talk about Easton. Now, this is not a collection of different builders. This neighborhood is all about one builder in particular, Polish Homes. Now, I am a fan of Polish Homes. They build a really, really good product. They build a lot of them, and at this point, they are a really well-oiled machine with processes for ensuring they build a good home. I'll put it this way: there is not a lot of blue tape when they do a blue tape walkthrough. And if you don't know what that is, well, it's a good thing. So, just about a neighborhood and a half jump from Countryside to the east, you'll have Easton. In fact, it's actually directly across the street from the new park that we mentioned earlier, Alpenglow Park. And I'm telling you, this park has got it going on. There's an off-leash dog park, a rock climbing bouldering wall. There's even a splash pad there in the summer. It's great. Easton is also adjacent to the new Caldera High School. The price point is lower than that at Countryside, but you're also getting a fully master planned development. Not that Countryside isn't, but at Easton, you're getting a pool, clubhouse, fitness center. But one other thing that might ultimately set it apart is the commercial area that they're planning on building. There will be shops and dining options. One set of plans I saw had a marketplace, so there'll be like an area for almost like a farmer's market. That's gonna be very cool. Now, construction hasn't started on that yet, but it has been a part of the overall master plan since its inception, so we're really excited to get that underway. More on Polish a little later on. Next on our list is Talline. Now, Talline is on the west side, and Talline is fancy. Let's put it this way. If there was a list of all of the best builders in Bend in Central Oregon, the Talline Builders Guild would double as that official roster. And your starting lineup: Greg Wells Construction, Structure Development, Lifestyle Homes, MCD Homes, JD Neal Construction, and Curtis Homes. So in effect, these are not cookie cutter homes. Nope. These are beautifully designed, architecturally profound, with a great mix of styles and layouts ranging from modern farmhouse to contemporary to prairie, mid-century modern. The homes in this neighborhood are and will continue to be on the leading edge of luxury here in Bend. Talline is also basically the last master plan development ever to happen here on the west side. That's it. There's like no more land left. Next stop is the Deschutes National Forest, and I don't really think they're going to rezone the National Forest anytime soon, if you know what I mean. So if you want to live on the west side and have access to all the fun that's over there, especially the trails, both for, hiking and walking and mountain biking, Talline has to be on the list. Not only that, but this neighborhood also has a commercial section set aside for the development of retail stores and restaurants. I heard from the builder in a previous interview that we did with him about Talline that this commercial section is actually going to be bigger than the commercial section right there in Northwest Crossing, which is wild to think about. It doesn't look bigger. And that they're also gonna start getting to work on that commercial section sooner rather than later. They wanna get it done and in place, even as they're developing out the rest of the neighborhood, which is a huge bonus. Now, I've been around enough of these kinds of hoods to know that when this neighborhood is finished, it's gonna be a beautiful place to live. These homes are gonna be built to the highest quality. The built-in parks and the proximity to Shevlin Park and the trail system out there, and then just the west side vibe with the mountain views and the large trees. This neighborhood is gonna be a winner. Can you believe it? We only have 2 more neighborhoods left to talk about. Hey look, if you made it this far, there's no reason why you shouldn't be a subscriber to this channel. We don't just talk about new construction, we talk about everything from recreation to real estate. So subscribe to the channel, that's free. Hit the little bell notification, that's free too, and let's go. Okay, let's take a little trip over to the northeast side for a minute. There are things that I completely understand in the world of real estate, and then there are things that confuse the heck out of me in real estate, to be completely honest. Petosa to me makes so much sense. Many of the neighborhoods that you see coming out of the ground, new construction neighborhoods that you see around town these days, not the ones on this list, but they're what you call infill. Infill is just a few acres that a builder bought from a hobby farmer, and then in an attempt to turn a profit, they just stuff it with homes. No amenities, not even a lot of differentiation between the homes. They just packed in a bunch of homes. Here at Petosa, it's the opposite. They have clearly thought of everything. This neighborhood actually feels master planned. Now this is gonna be like an 1,100 unit neighborhood in total. And you can tell that they really took some time in planning it out. There are 3 different types of housing, 4 if you count the apartments. There is a regular front-loading single family house. There is the cottage version, which has a small side and front yard, but is alley loaded. And then the townhouse, which is also alley loaded, but with only a tiny bit of front yard. And then there are a bunch of different floor plans. 10-ish maybe, of just the front loading houses. And then there are 4 different looks to each floor plan. So from the road, there are 40 different looking houses here, making this neighborhood look unique and interesting from the road. They've also done a great job of how they laid it out to keep the roads from collecting too much traffic. But here's where it really gets me, the amenities. I have young kids, and this is the kind of neighborhood I wish I grew up in. There's a wicked pool, clubhouse, splash pad, a gym for the grown-ups. There are multiple walking and biking trails, a huge park in the middle of the neighborhood, multiple playgrounds, a freaking pump track. There's a spot that's already set aside for a school to be built. And then the thing that really wraps it all up for me is being on the east side, the mountain views back there are incredible. And yes, there is going to be a commercial space that'll be developed and set up for shopping, retail, dining, stuff like that as well. Petosa might not have the absolute best builders in all of the land, but Polish is certainly a very good builder. And what it does have is everything else, in my opinion, and at a much more affordable east side price point. And finally, as good as that is, this next neighborhood might be the best of them all. We've been kind of playing this game of which is better. The west side, close to the trails and the high-end builders associated, or the east side with maybe not as stunning a house, but great neighborhood amenities and at a lower price point. Which is why this last neighborhood kind of already has it all. Well, except for the lower price point. Discovery West is really the full package. Let's start off with the location and the amenities. So if you know Northwest Crossing, Discovery West is basically like a continuation of that neighborhood, but really like an upgraded version because A, it's brand new, and B, it's full of surprises. First of all, like I said, because it's basically connected to Northwest Crossing, it's easy to take advantage of all of the amenities of Northwest Crossing, such as the downtown retail and shopping center. There are parks everywhere, and then there's all the schools. There's 2 elementary schools, a middle school, and a high school, like the full package, all right there in the core of these 2 neighborhoods. Then of course you've got the trails from your doorstep that extend all the way out to Phil's Trail and Chevron Park and beyond. Now if you don't mind, I'm probably going to refer to Discovery West as DW from this point forward. DW itself has their own retail corner plaza as well, with shops and etc. that recently had their grand opening. It's really coming along over there. Then, not that we really need to mention it, but the builders know that this is the stage in Bend. You want to build a name for yourself in Bend? You have to impress in DW. So the homes, simply incredible. The neighborhood is masterfully laid out by award-winning developer Brooks Resources, and when finished, there likely won't be a blade of grass out of place. Oh, but don't worry, it won't be finished for a long time. Hey look, if you want more information on any or all of these neighborhoods, we've already made videos about all of them individually. Check out this playlist where we talk about practically every neighborhood in Bend, both new and old. Those are my 5 favorite new construction neighborhoods of 2025. Do you agree? And what are your favorites? And then when the time is right and you are ready to build your own dream home, do us the honor of allowing us to be your local real estate resource of choice. We have represented hundreds of buyers and sellers over the years, and we'd be honored to work with you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you over in the next video.